Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
What a day. I am a Guyanese just like most of you here today, and I must say, this is the beginning of a vision. And of course, we're going to hear from that visionary later on. My name is Sabrina Sumra Kelly. I am the founder of the Caribbean and American Global Business Connections. What is that? I started the platform about a year ago. I'm coming up in 2 years, April 11, to bridge the gap between Caribbeans, Americans, and our global friends as we conduct businesses together, as we're doing here today. And the vision of today, when I was first introduced to Mr. Austin Thompson, I said, Austin, I've been trying to bring this vision to life. And I'm so proud that because of what he has created for us here today, I see many more to come. Well, the Guyana Trade Tourism Expo today is what? To bridge your businesses, to form relationships, to network. That's what this platform is about. And I want to thank the dignitaries here today, the guests, and the organizations, and more importantly, our beautiful Guyanese friends coming all the way from Guyana to be here with us today. Please give them a hand. I am extremely proud because, many times I always talk about networking. We never come out enough to support each other. But to have these people come from all the way from Guyana here today to promote their businesses with you should tell you something who are here locally. So we're going to talk about globalization. We're going to talk about taking your business from local to global, and we're going to talk about forming relationships, which is the first thing in networking and forming business relations. That's what this expo is going to be about, and you're going to hear from numerous individuals telling you about the platform and what we look forward to in the future. So I believe we're going to do a presentation of the flags, the U.S. flag and the Guyanese flag. And we have with us Mr. Malik Crangan and Mr. Kyle McLean as the presenters. And we're going to start with opening up the prayer. Dr. Michael Dash.
Let us pray. O God, who is known and called by different names by the peoples of the world, and who commands that we respect, affirm, and love one another, as together we live in community and in this one world. We thank you for the opportunity of meeting here today on behalf of the Guyana Trade, Tourism and Investment Expo 2013. We pray that Austin Thompson and all who have organized, planned, and will manage this expo may be empowered to fulfill the responsibilities as ambassadors representing only the best that the Republic of Guyana has to offer the world, and particularly those who will share in this exposition and make available the beautiful vacation sites and resorts, fashion from top designers, entertainment featuring several cultural performances, and various food adventure, so that all the goals that we have set may be realized, and that the Republic of Guyana may be benefited, and that many will respond in visiting that beautiful country and make investments that may be mutually enriching both to them and to the people of that great nation. This is our prayer. Amen. Amen.
We're now going to have the national anthem by Ms. Michelle McLean. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, and the rocket's red glare
Honorable Chris Charles, Consul General for Grenada. Mr. Errol Ritchie, President for Atlanta Jamaica Association. Cheryl Fay, Vice President for the Grenada Atlanta Association. Mr. Alan Sampson, President of the Trinidad and Tobago Association. Mr. Claude London, President of the ex-GDF Association. And our own Honorable Manzur Nadir, Member of Parliament. Good morning. In June of 2012, Mr. Austin Thompson visited the Guyana Office for Investment. He told us that there are about 10 to 12,000 Guyanese, not to mention the other Caribbean nationals, living in Atlanta, and there are no Guyanese products. He suggested it might be a great idea to bring a trade expo to Atlanta. We did a trade expo in New York in 2005, and we always wanted to partner with someone to actually have a trade show in the other states. We were very happy to have met Mr. Thompson, and so we ran with the idea. And today, we are very pleased that we were able to bring approximately 45 manufacturing companies from Guyana to exhibit, to showcase, and to sell their products. We're not just looking to sell our products to our Guyanese nationals. We're looking to sell our products to all the Caribbean nationals and to the other thousands of residents living in Atlanta. Our whole goal, our whole vision is to identify distributors for our products. We know that we have high quality products, as you can see for yourselves, in terms of our handicraft, in terms of our garments, in terms of our processed foods. So we are here this weekend to showcase what we have and to sell what we have and to identify distributors for our products. We thank you very much for your support, each and every one of you. You've all made an impact on today's proceedings. We want to say thank you. We thank you for your support, and we look forward to a weekend where we will interact, as Serena said, networking. That is our vision. Thank you.
We will now have the vision for Guyana by Mr. Sean Doris.
Charles Fennick, Vice President. Claude London, President of the Executive Association. Dr. William Thomas, President of the Guyana Association of Georgia. And Mr. Manzur Nadir, Member of Parliament, Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Head table exhibitors, special invitees, and special thanks to the Georgia Piedmont Technical College. Guyana, otherwise known as the land of many waters. Guyana is situated, for those who are not aware, in the northeast of South America. It is the only English-speaking country in South America, but it is the gateway to South America, where we have access, basically, to over 300 million people in Latin America. We have special arrangements with Brazil, and also we are having a growing impact in our relations with Venezuela. We have very special, unique relations with Suriname as a member of CARICOM. Go Invest. The Guyana Office for Investment is honored. We are honored to be here and to facilitate investment in trade and export promotion for Guyana. What is important for us is improved livelihood. What is important for us is development. And as two previous speakers said, networking. We all know with networking, there is scope for growth, there is scope for development, there is scope for improved livelihoods. And as the Millennium Development Goals indicated, an improved standard of living and poverty reduction. You all here are very important to us. And we are welcoming you to be a part of this network, this key network of trade. Guyana is open for business. Guyana is open to trade with all other persons and peoples of many other countries. So we are saying here today that we offer a number of our incentives that facilitate or that calls you and welcome you to Guyana. We have climate that is warm, like many other parts of the world in the sense of the Caribbean, but we have something that is unique, ecotourism. We have something that is unique, special handmade products. We have something that is unique, a warm people. We have something that is unique. The country Guyana in itself is begging or is opening its arms to people who are willing to do business and trade with Guyana. We have products from a variety of sectors. Not to mention, even though what we see here, and we are amazed by what we see here, we had a little hiccup in our container not being released in time. As a result of that, we will see our exhibitors here just demonstrating a small proportions of what they offer, of what we have on offer. But you will be able to make contact with them, and you will be able to see and have their contacts, and you can be able to negotiate and start your trade with them. The country Guyana has open opportunities in eco. Guyana has also been placed on the world market with LCDS, that's a low carbon
I
development.
bring to you, as I see him, our chief visionary, Mr. Austin Thompson.
Well, I need to carry you around with me. You make me sound good. First and foremost, in the name of the Most High God, the beneficent and merciful Redeemer, I give thanks to Thee for the strength, the vision, the ambition. I give thanks to Him for the air I breathe. I give thanks to Him for the wonderful friends who are here today. I give thanks to Him for this beautiful energy that we have stored in this small room here this morning. When I traveled to Guyana last year, June 2012, it was supposed to have been for a vacation. But there was something else, something stirring, because for many years I've always wanted to do something for Guyana as a Guyanese. Now, some people say when you've lived outside of your native country for X number of years, you somehow become disconnected, right? Somehow a child moves away from his or her mother, somehow you get disconnected from that womb, right? But the umbilical cord is still connected. And that umbilical cord is still there for me, that establishes that connection to my mother country, Guyana. And for me, for many years, it's always been a passion, a desire for wanting to do something for my birth country. I do so much here in the United States of America, and I respect the culture here. But there's, to me, from what I see, from my own eyes, there is so much for me to do back home as well. And I can look to so many examples, not just in the Guyanese culture, not just the Caribbean culture, but also in the African culture, where so many of those brothers and sisters who give up a life on, let's say, Wall Street, give up a six-figure salary on Wall Street to return home to help build hospitals, help build schools, help to educate children and to do something for their countries. Because I personally feel that a country that is in long-term development somehow stays in development. But if we who have left have secured and acquired the education, the knowledge, the wisdom, the skills, the tools, the expertise, the resources, then we owe it to that which we came, or from which we came. And that is why when I went home in June, I turned what was supposed to have been cruising on the Essequibo, running around Georgetown and, going to visit family, and I owe family some family time on my next trip because they will remind me. But I turned that into, let me see what I can get myself into while I'm here. And for those who know me well, I always get myself into trouble. I get myself into something because it's like I just can't stay, relaxed. But I really felt that if I took a vision to Guyana and embraced or engaged an individual with whom I've established a relationship, and just start with a small conversation, who knows what would blossom or manifest from that conversation. And what you see here today is the manifestation of that conversation that I had with the Minister of Finance, the Junior Minister of Finance, who gave me access to his resources, who said, Austin, I like what you're thinking. I like what you're saying. We need things like that happening. Promoting Guyana's products, promoting Guyana's businesses, promoting Guyana's tourism sites, its beaches, its resorts. We have wonderful, pristine forests in Guyana. Kaito Falls, Baganaro Beach Resort, Splashman's Resorts, Iracrama, Urukabra, Amerindian names that I can pronounce now because I've been doing my research, So they just roll off my tongue now. But in being Guyanese, you have that patriotic duty to promote your culture. You are sort of like an honorary ambassador without being appointed as one. Not just Guyanese, but Grenadian, Jamaican, or Trinidadian, or wherever you come from, right? You represent your culture. So from that conversation, I went to several meetings, and one of those meetings is where I met Ms. Gibson, Lieutenant Gibson. The minister picked up the phone and made some phone calls, and I then had meetings with Go Invest and the Guyana Tourism Authority and the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana and a few other individuals, and one conversation led to the other. And from that, I really have to say I really appreciate the way in which my ideas were embraced, because number one, I don't have a lot of gray in my head. I'm not an old timer, or I'm not, a senior member of the Guyanese community. I still consider myself relatively young, mid-40s, that's relatively young. Tell that to my knees though, right? But they gave me an opportunity. What they saw was someone who was honest, who was sincere, who had a love of country, And I learned that from my American friends who have a sense of country. They say duty, honor, country for the flag of America. But I always wanted duty, honor, country for my flag of Guyana. And again, no disrespect to the American flag. But after those meetings came several other meetings, and then when I left Guyana, I was given the nod to go ahead and begin planning for the Guyana Trade, Tourism, and Investment Expo. And then Ms. Gibson and our conversations increased, and then from there I met Mr. Sean Doris, and we sort of became like, Batman, Robin, and Catwoman, I guess, right? Referring to you in superhero terms. But we've developed a really good working relationship because Sean and Uchina, they work closely with the senior staff of Go Invest And they've really put a lot of trust in me, and I really appreciate, the government of Guyana and Go Invest giving me this opportunity to bring forward Guyana Tourism, Trade, and Investment Expo 2013. But there's so much more to be done. What we see here, like Mr. Doris mentioned, we had a little hiccup in the shipment of the container, but I always say, where there's an obstacle, right, you can hurdle that obstacle. Where there's a challenge presented to you, you can overcome that challenge. Because we face that every day. So when I heard about this situation that was occurring and it involved so many agencies and conversations and emails, I began to go into contingency mode. Got a plan for what do we do next? And we spoke. Because I knew when these 45 individuals paid for their airline tickets to come from Guyana by way of JFK to come here to Atlanta to showcase Guyana's beauty, its arts, its crafts, the tourism, what Uchenna and Sean put into preparing for this in Guyana, there is no way we would crumble to our knees and submit to anything called failure. Sorry, I don't believe in the F word. So what you see here today is a beautiful representation of Guyana's culture, which is bigger than any one individual, bigger than Go Invest, bigger than me, bigger than any one race in Guyana, because this, what you see this weekend, is for Guyana, to promote Guyana, to bring Guyana forward, to highlight what we as a people do. And that's create beautiful things. So, in summary, I just wish to again thank Go Invest and the government of Guyana for giving me this opportunity. I want to thank my friends in the community who are here joining us this morning. And I really want you to stand and I want you to be acknowledged, because these are individuals, when they found out that we were planning this expo, I had phone calls from members of these organizations wishing us well. I want to acknowledge Mr. Errol Ritchie and those who are with him from the Atlanta Jamaica Association. Please stand. The Atlanta Jamaica Association. These are our friends. Alan Simpson, president of the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Georgia, and his contingent. These are our friends, our family. I'm an honorary everything in this community. Mr. Michael Roberts, who's the president of the Grenada Atlanta Association, is not here, but he is represented by his contingent, led by the Honorary Council of Grenada, Mr. Christopher Charles, and the contingent from Grenada. We also have, I got a little home field advantage here because, I am the immediate past president of this organization, so I have to acknowledge Dr. William Thomas, or as we call him, Dr. T, and the Guyana Association of Georgia representatives here from the Guyana Association of Georgia. I want to thank our vendors, Claire Wilson Daly, Claremont Frazier, Andrea Frazier, Cornell Whitney, Marcus Gordon, Malika Ming, Samantha Ming, Marva Jacobs, Monica Trott. Also want to thank Pam's Cuisine. Pam is setting up breakfast here. I wish to thank our beautiful and wonderful mistress of ceremonies, Sabrina Sumra Kelly, who is a powerhouse. In the media field, and Sabrina Sumra Kelly, remember that name. Remember that name. I've had the pleasure of being on her program twice already, And I know that's probably not the last. Dr. Michael Dash, thank you for the wonderful invitation. My big cousin. Ms. Sandra Nichols, please stand. Sandra is responsible for the program. And Sandra is also, she was my go-to person for a lot of the customs questions that I had to ask because she has a few connections in that area, but I had her on the phone. She was like my customs consultant, so thank you very much, Sandra, for putting up with me and the calls and, the research. Michelle McLean, who delivered the beautiful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner and the national anthem of Guyana. Her son, Mr. Kyle McLean, who was the flag bearer for the American flag, young Kyle McLean. Mr. Claude London, president of the ex-GDF Association. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not thank the staff, the wonderful staff of the Georgia Piedmont Technical College Conference Center who worked with us day in, day out, afternoon in, afternoon out. Ms. McKay gave me her cell phone number, her home number. I had a conversation with her mom, like, Mama McKay, how you doing? Oh, she's not home yet? So, what are you up to? So, I mean, it's big old family affair, So, I really like that because what it shows is that we as a community, we must build relationships with these institutions in which we have our functions, right? And these institutions build relationships with us. So that was a respectable honor and relationship built with Julie McKay, Danita Young, and Ms. Roz of the Georgia Piedmont Technical College. And I know there's something coming later. Mr. Mark Ham, our videographer and photographer, I want to thank you. Thank you very much. Mark has done so much for us. I want to thank my dad, who's here, always giving me support. My mom is also here, but she had to attend to other things, so she couldn't be here this morning. Just want to acknowledge Mr. Mansour Nadir, Honorable Member of Parliament of Guyana. And to our vendors, I cannot say enough. Thank you very much for your commitment. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for all you do. This is about promoting you as we promote Guyana, promoting business, promoting trade, showcasing to everyone, not just Guyanese and the Caribbean community, but also non-Guyanese and non-Caribbean nationals. This is Guyana. We are more than just a country that we're a crazy madman came to poison people with some Kool-Aid, Jim Jones. Because somebody asks you, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Guyana. Oh, Guyana. Oh, wait a minute. Jim Jones? Yeah. You sort of beat them to the punch, because it's like, that's what people know Guyana for. Seriously. So what that means is that we, as Guyanese, we have to do our job of promoting Guyana. Not just the ambassadors and the consulates and the senior diplomats, but all of us promoting Guyana, and this is what we have to do. So thank you, vendors, for coming. Thank you very much for the commitment to the trip, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. This is just the beginning. We have all day today until 10 o'clock tonight. We have all day tomorrow. We have entertainment. Sabrina is going to basically get into that because she does the announcements. I don't want to step on her toes and, take her sunshine or anything. But thank you very much, again, for coming out, embracing us, to all of our friends in the community. Thank you very much for your support. God bless.
I always say, know what you have. Know what you have. And for you to be here today says a lot. That you're willing to not just come and promote your business, but also help to promote others that are in business. Yeah. And before we leave here today, we're going to understand that concept of networking. I have to share some of that with you because I don't think we know how to conduct ourselves when we come into an arena like this quite well. No offense, but you have to learn the craft of it, of forming the relationship first, and then you will see what the outcome will be. So I thank you for coming here today. I know we're going to have more that will come later on, because a lot of us in this room are responsible for sharing this vision. And there's so much more to come. I want to see this in Guyana. I want to see this in Jamaica, Trinidad. I want to see this as much as possible. And I will do everything I can with the platform I've created, along with Austin and others in here that see this vision and know that just imagine, just this small amount of you in the room today, we could be making so many trips in the Caribbean and around the globe.